Welcome, and thank you for joining us in this Lunch and Learn presentation, which will cover capturing signatures on custom forms electronically. Custom forms in proven jobs can be created to not only capture signatures on forms, such as work authorizations or change orders, but also allow for the recipient to complete information on the form prior to signing, such as survey questions on a certificate of satisfaction. Before we get started, let's review a few housekeeping items. This session is being recorded and will be shared in our help library as well as our YouTube channel. All participants have been muted to cut down on any background noise. We also ask that you turn off your video to avoid any visual distractions. Lastly, at the end of the session, there will be an opportunity to ask questions. Please enter any questions you may have in the chat box within the Zoom meeting. We will endeavor to answer all questions in the session, but if we run out of time, we will reach out to you directly with an answer. And of course, if you think of a question after the session concludes, please reach out to our support team at support@knmsys.com. On the agenda today, we will be covering the following: settings and role security. We will review custom form setup, form preparation on a job, the form signature process, and finally, job audit information and reporting. Let's start off with looking at role permissions. Company administrators will need to review the following role permissions to allow users to create e-signature requests. In Settings, Roles, find the role that you wish to review the permissions. In this session, we're going to look at the Office PMA role. We're going to click on Edit. In General, we want to select Document Signing. In here, we need to ensure that Create Request and View Request have been selected. Also within General, we want to select Files. In this role permission, we need to ensure that Edit, Upload File, and View have also been selected. In Reports, we need to select Report again. And in this session, we are going to ensure that our job completion form has been selected for our users to be able to preview the form. Don't forget, hit Save when you've made any changes. Now let's review custom form features within company settings. We will be reviewing Document Signed Notification, Preview e-signature input, Mobile and Public PDF option, New Form Preview option, and Default Signature Link Active option. To get to the Forms section in Company Settings, you will want to navigate to Settings, Company Settings, General, where you'll be able to preview your forms. Selecting Edit Custom Forms. In our session, we are going to review our job completion form. Our first section we're going to review is the Signed Document Notification area. Users who create a e-signature request will receive email notifications when documents have been signed. However, you may wish to have other internal employees or external contacts receive a notification that this form has been signed. In the top section, you will see two icons, briefcase and silhouette. The briefcase allows you to select external contact types or the silhouette internal contact types. Alternatively, you can select specific named individuals in the email recipients section. Next, we are going to review the Preview e-signature input. This allows the user to be able to see where a form has been set to allow the recipient to enter in information on the form. Next, we're going to review the features for mobile and make public PDF. For mobile, allows mobile users to visibly be able to select the form on the job using our mobile app. Make public PDF will create a public PDF of the form upon completion of signatures. This is useful for customers who are linking Xactimate assignments to their jobs and require that form to be sent automatically to the assignment. This is also available for our customers using Symbility Core Logic. Next, we're going to review the new feature added called Preview. Users have the ability to preview the form to see how it will look upon completion. Our last company settings that we're going to review is the notifications, how long a link is valid when an e-signature request is set. The default number of hours the signature link is active can be set as high as 168 hours, which is equivalent to 7 days. Now let's jump to our live system. Here in our job lookup screen, navigate to find the job you wish to add an e-signature request, clicking on Edit to open the job. In order for an e-signature request to be completed, the job customer or contact record requires an email address. The email address cannot be just on the Job Info tab. To quickly review if the customer record has an email address, select the first icon next to customer, which will open the customer record. If an email address is not on the customer record, but is on the Job Info tab, users can select the second icon next to customer, answer the question, would you like to update the customer contact methods from this job contact info? Select yes. A blue banner will appear that company contact methods have been updated successfully. Once we have successfully updated our customer record, we're now going to attach a form. We're going to go to the Attachments tab. We're going to select Forms. And in our drop-down, we will see a list of available forms for our completion. I'm going to select the Job Completion form and select the plus Add. Here, users have the ability, should they want to change the name of the form, perhaps to add the customer's name. Select Save. Next, we want to click on the blue hyperlink, which will open Form Fields. In here, we can see that our fields are pulling from our job, such as our job name, our number, our address, insurance office, our claim number, etc. Once the user has made any edits to the form fields, you must navigate to the Save option, and then we're going to select Back to List. Back in the Attachments tab, we do want to change our view to a list view. Once we have selected the list view, we want to select the airplane icon. We now have the ability to fill in the form with our subject, our body of our note, or alternatively, if you have created a log note template, go ahead and select our log note template. Clicking the plus Add, you will see that the form has now been filled in based on the information set up in the job note template. Next, we want to select our email recipients. Searching for our email recipient, selecting plus add. In this form, we have options to choose who's signing for Andrea Reynolds. We only have one signator required on this form, but should there be others, you would see the applicable field to select. Hit Save. Users will also see the hours the link is active option in the form. You do have the ability to adjust this time up or down. Once we've made all of our entries, we want to navigate over to Save. This acts as our Send option. Back on the Attachments tab, the audit for the status of the request made will now be visible to show when it was sent, by whom, and to whom it was sent to for signatures. The email that the recipient will receive will contain a link. This blue hyperlink will allow the user to view the form and sign. User will click on the link. They'll be prompted with a message to confirm their identity. Please note that once the identity has been confirmed, the user will have 60 minutes to review and sign this document. The recipient will now be able to preview the form to review its contents prior to signing. When the recipient is ready to sign, they will navigate to the top left corner and select Sign. Our form has pre-populated fields that our recipient can now select. Once they've made all of their selections, they can put in comments to rate and then select Next. The signature requirements on this document are looking for signatures and initials. They will also be required to select this checkbox and then hit Save. Now the recipient has the ability to download a signed copy for their records. Once our recipient has signed the document, our creator of the request will receive an email that the form has been signed. Back on the Attachments tab, we can now review the audit information for the completed e-signature request. Here, we'll be able to see the date and timestamp for which that recipient signed the form, who signed it, location, and IP address. There is also a hyperlink to a map to show the exact location that the form was signed. Upon completion of this, users also have the ability to review a signed document in the form of a PDF. Navigating back to All, users will see that there is a PDF of the signing history. They'll have the ability to select the document to review the history for that signed document. This will include when it was created and by whom, when it was sent and to whom, when it was signed and by whom, and the acknowledgement, the signing date and time stamp. View the signed form, including the signatures, on the Attachments tab. Users can select the paper icon on the form, select Open, and in here they'll be able to view their selections and the signatures on the form. Now, should your recipient not sign the document within the time selected For the expiry, users will note that there will be an expired option in the Forms section. Simply clicking on the expired option, it will ask you if you want to send this request again. Selecting yes, the signing request has been sent again to our customer. For your convenience, we've also generated a report called Remote Signing Report. This can be found in the Reports menu option under List All. Filtering for the report, select View. In here, you can select your from and to date range. You can decide whether or not you want to see reports that have been signed, yes, no, or all. And you can also be specific to the job should you desire, or just simply hit Submit. In here, users will be able to see all of the forms that have been signed within the specified period. Should you wish to, you do have the ability to export this report out to a PDF, Excel, or even a Word document. That concludes our presentation today on capturing e-signatures. We will now open the floor up to questions.